What's up, Dunkers and Dunkettes? It's Wayne Duncan, No Vision Duncan, and we're back with year one of the Madden 22 San Francisco 49ers realistic rebuild. My Uncle Debo, who passed away from cancer, fuck cancer, but my Uncle Debo's Niners, we're going to try to win one for him in his memory. And NFL 22 draft has concluded. As my Seattle Seahawks, I thought, did a fantastic job when it came to drafting. They get an A for me. Don't really remember who all the picks were for the 49ers. But Debo Samuel, the other Debo, with two E's, was not traded. So I'm definitely going to try to work out a deal with Debo Samuel to keep him here in San Fran. And we're not going to overutilize him at running back like how they did in real life. We're going to try to develop him as a regular wide receiver, one on the outside. But let's go ahead and waste no more time. Let's go ahead and meet the roster for the preseason starts. Looking at the roster at quarterback, we got porn star Jimmy G at QB. He's going to be here for year one. And then after that, we're probably going to move on from Jimmy, as they did draft Trey Lance, moved up in the draft to take Trey Lance. He is going to be our quarterback of the future. Probably will play just a little bit this year, but we're going to rock with porn star Jimmy G for year one. Looking at the running backs, I love the running back room. We got Raheem Mostert, who did leave to go to the Dolphins, so we're probably going to let him walk at the end of the season. But you also got Elijah Mitchell, who was the featured back in real life this past season. You got Trey Sermon as their third running back, who has hidden dev, probably star, but you got three running backs, three deep at running back. But even these guys down here, Jeff Wilson, Trent Cannon, Jermichael Hasty. So I love the running back room here in San Fran. Fullback, probably got the best fullback in the league, Kyle Juszczyk. Receiver, like I said, the other Debo, Debo Samuel. We're going to try to work out a deal with him, keep him here in San Fran, not going to trade him. Not going to utilize him as a running back, as he doesn't want to, be ran into the ground. I understand. So we're going to try to keep Debo Samuel here as a 49er. Got Brandon Ayuk. I think both of them, that 1-2 punch at receiver, probably going to have to get a wide receiver 3, as Mohamed Sanu is just old at this point. Travis Benjamin, same thing. I like Juwan Jennings. You got Trent Sherfield down there. So we definitely could use a wide receiver 3 if we cannot develop Juwan Jennings. George Kittle at tight end, probably best tight end in the league. Tight end in the league, you could say, between him and Travis Kelce. Trent Williams, left tackle, one of the best left tackles in the league. Got Laken Tomlinson here. Alex Mack, who they brought over from the Falcons. Got Aaron Banks, who they drafted in the second round. We could try to develop him at right guard. And then you got Mike McGlinchey at right tackle. They also have Tom Compton. And then on the defensive side, you got Eric Armstead. You got Dee Ford. I haven't looked at Dee Ford the same way ever since he jumped off sides in that AFC Championship game with the Chiefs and the Patriots. Nick Bosa at right end. They brought in Samson Ebukam. You got DJ Jones, Javon Kinlaw, their former first-round pick, and Maurice Hurst at defensive tackle. Azeez Al-Shahir, left outside linebacker, probably the weakest spot on our defense. Fred Warner, one of the best middle linebackers in the league. Dre Greenlaw. Jason Verrett. Now, this is probably another weak spot on the team, the secondary. You got Jason Verrett, who's always injured. Kawan Williams, who's just okay at this point in his career. Emmanuel Mosley. They did draft Ambry Thomas. Got Josh Norman. Isn't the same anymore. Dante Johnson. So definitely need to work and improve on the secondary. Jaquiski Tart, who is a free agent in real life. They're thinking about bringing him back. Haven't contacted him yet. We're probably going to try to bring him back. He's going to be 30 years old, but he's decent. And then you got Jimmy Ward and Tavon Wilson at safety. Kicker, you got Robbie Gould, who I think is a future Hall of Fame kicker. And you got Mitch Wishnowsky at punter. So that is the team for year one. As like I said before, my Seahawks, it's crazy that I root for the 49ers now because of my Uncle Debo. But my Seattle Seahawks are in the same division. So it's like I kind of got to root for two teams. I got to root for the 49ers, but then again, when they play us twice a year, I got to, root against them. But it's all good. It's all love. But let's go ahead and simulate the preseason. Hopefully, we have no injuries as we win first game 43-16. Blowout in the preseason. Hopefully, most of that was Trey Lance. Want to get him some more reps. As we do have a camp standout. Let's check out, see who that is. I did say I was going to look at these scenarios a little bit more, and it is Dre Greenlaw. Let's do tackling for him as he receives 5+ when it comes to the tackling. We have wide receiver mentorship as well. Let's go ahead and check that out. As it is Sanu, he wants to mentor Brandon Ayuk. Go ahead and simulate the final game of the preseason. And we do have to cut 8 players. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats really quick. As Trey Lance was just perfect in the preseason. 5 touchdowns, no picks. Unfortunately, he will not be starting, though. This first year, we're going to rock with Jimmy Garoppolo, Elijah Mitchell, Mostert, Sermon, Juszczyk. All the running backs were great. Sanu was okay. Travis Benjamin, Jennings was outstanding. The offensive line played great, only giving up 2 sacks. Eric Armstead, D Ford. So everybody played good. Everybody played good. Let's go ahead and make these 8 cuts, practice squad cuts, and get on to the regular season. I think this team definitely we could win the Super Bowl year 1 or make it. This team did make it to the NFC Championship game. In real life, and Kyle Shanahan, I think he desperately needs to win a Super Bowl after losing that one with the Falcons, losing with the 49ers against the Chiefs, the meltdown against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Let's see, Jermichael Hasty probably can go ahead to the practice squad. Let's see, we got more down here. So we don't need that extra lineman. Not Tabor Pepper. We can keep him, even though he's a 28 overall. Let's go ahead and move Jalen Moore to the practice squad. I'm going to try to keep as many people as I can. Stack that DM. Got a lot of cornerbacks. Let's move Lenore to the practice squad. We're going to have to move Hasty to the practice squad. Might have to cut Pepper. Yeah, we'll just cut him. 28 overall. That's probably like one of the lowest overalls I've ever seen in Madden. And I'm afraid we might have to move some of these defensive linemen. See, Kevin Gibbons can go to the practice squad. And it doesn't seem like they have a lot of people on their roster for us to cut 8 people. It's not making no sense. Do got a lot of D linemen. So we can move Charles. I know he'll probably get stolen from us from another team, but we'll move him over. And that should, I don't think that was everybody. I think we got cut one more person. So let's go ahead and choose that lucky person, as it might have to be running back. Trenton Cannon, I think he would get cut though. Yeah, so we're not going to do that. We're going to keep all 5 running backs. Same thing with the receivers. And somebody might have to get cut. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and cut. Should we do receiver? Let's just cut Trenton Cannon. Actually, I want to keep him. He's fast, man. Oh, this is a tough one. let's cut. It's going to have to be one of these defensive ends, Jordan Willis or Arden Key. I think we're going to go ahead and just cut Arden Key. Boom. And then now we have the final roster going into year one. So let's go ahead, upgrade the team really quick, adjust the lineup, do the depth chart, and get on with year one as we try to get to the playoffs, at least to the playoffs. Possibly win the division. It's going to be a tough division with the Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, and try to win the Super Bowl. Try to keep Deebo Samuel and develop Trey Lance. So looking at the depth chart, we are going to start Jimmy Garoppolo. If we somehow are having just like a terrible season for some odd reason, we'll go ahead and make the move to Trey Lance. We're actually going to start. I'll start Raheem Mostert, even though we're going to let him walk at the end of the year. Deebo, I want Jennings in. I want to develop him. Deebo and Brandon Ayuk. Got George Kittle, Trent Williams, Tomlinson. O-line should be good. Aaron Banks starting at guard as a rookie. D. Ford, Armstead, Ebicom. We're actually going to start Greenlaw and Hurst over DJ Jones. Verrett, Mosley, Norman, Ambry Thomas. Josh Norman is always getting burnt, so we're going to put Thomas in a little bit. Tart, Tavon Wilson, and Ward. Special teamers, they have Travis Benjamin, Trenton Cannon. Punt return, they have Travis Benjamin. We're going to go Trenton Cannon. No, we're actually going to go... Who do we have at kick return? We have Benjamin and Cannon. So we can do Wilson. And maybe like Brandon Ayuk. Kickoff start will be Robbie Gould. Elijah Mitchell will be the third down back. We have Mostert starting. And then power back will be Trey Sermon. Slot receiver will be Deebo Samuel. With Ayuk. And we're going to go with Jennings. They got Bosa on the left. D. Ford on the right. Armstead, Greenlaw, and Hurst. Fred Warner, Greenlaw, and they have Wilson. I kind of want to do Azeez Al-Shaair. He's more the pass coverage. Yeah, so let's do him though. And actually, we'll leave Wilson as our box linebacker. And then slot cornerback, we have Mosley, Wilson, and Josh Norman. We're actually going to put Thomas right there. And I like it. I like how we're using the third safety with this playbook. Let's get on to the regular season. See if we can make the playoffs. And that is the goal. Actually, let's take a look at the camp standout. I think it was Dre Greenlaw. And let's see if we can continue his breakout. The season goal is to make the playoffs. This team, this roster is good enough to do it in year one. Let's go ahead and auto-generate the rookies. I'm so excited for Madden 23 just because, man, the draft was exciting to watch. My Seahawks finally had a good draft. Stayed put, didn't trade down, made the right picks, got some impact players. Man, I can't wait for Madden 23 so I can be done with this cheating-ass Madden 22 franchise. But looking at the draft, we definitely need secondary. Looking at the top player in the draft is a cornerback. There's right guard here that we could take if we can't develop Aaron Banks. There's another cornerback. There's a linebacker that we could use on the left. So I'm glad that there's a lot of needs in the draft class. Looking at practice squad players, so some of our players got stolen from us. Lions, Raiders, stealing our players. But let's go ahead and kick off the season against the Lions on the road. We should be able to get the W against them. as we lose 10-3. What? Three turnovers? Do we have to go to Trey Lance off rip as the former 49er Colin Kaepernick gets his revenge? St. Brown just went off. Dre Greenlaw, a lot of tackles. A sack for Kinlaw. But man, 10-3? 3 picks, Jimmy G? Boy must be too busy making porn, man. Let's go ahead and look see if Dre Greenlaw continued his breakout. And doesn't look like he did anything. He did have a lot of tackles, though. He had like 16 tackles in that game. Let's go ahead and simulate against the Eagles as we get Jaquiski Tartt back from injury. See if we can beat them and play better on the road this time. And we lose again. 0-2. 0-2. 14-21. As we didn't turn the ball over, looks like we could have won the game. Both quarterbacks didn't do anything. Our rushing attack is just terrible right now. It sucks for a running team. Debo went over 100 yards. Laken Thompson giving up 2 sacks. Nick Bosa, Dre Greenlaw. Now he wants to get the sack. Maurice Hurst with the sack. And let's see, field goals. Their punter inside the 23 times, so he just pinned us. And we couldn't do nothing when it came to the field position. Mock draft 1 is out. We're probably projected to go number 1 overall because we are 0-2. We are actually projected. Actually, we don't even have a first-round pick. They don't have a first-round pick for this season or next season with the Trey Lance trade. Looking at Aaron Banks is back from injury, and we have another injury, and it is Colton McKivitz. So a couple of guards out from injury. Let's make sure that Aaron Banks is actually starting at right guard. In Madden, they'll put him as a backup to Daniel Brunskill. And we have a TV game against the Green Bay Packers. See if we can beat them and get off this losing streak. And we lose again, 24-21. So we're starting the season 0-3. It's not good. That is not good for Jimmy Garoppolo. 51 rushing yards. I don't know what's going on with this rushing game. Jimmy's not turning the ball over like he did the first game. So it's not all on him. I would say it is the running game. Can't run the ball. Debo's doing great, doing all that he can. Jennings had a touchdown also. Brandon Ayuk got shut down. Fred Warner had a sack. And we lost both games by a touchdown. All 3 games actually by a touchdown. That first game was just horrendous, 10-3 against the Lions. And we have a tandem breakout. Let's see what this is. And Debo Samuel took over. So we want to challenge Brandon Ayuk. And let's see if Brandon Ayuk can hit that. Debo has inspired him. Let's see if we can beat my Seattle Seahawks, our first home game of the season, I think. And we do win, 21-13. Get our first win of the season. It's good because we were getting ready to bench Jimmy G and put in Trey Lance. As we had our first 100 yards rushing this season, our passing yards were down. No, we didn't turn the ball over. We haven't turned the ball over the last couple of games, as we did get a couple of turnovers on Russell Wilson. Mostert, 70 yards. Trey Sermon, Mitchell, both with touchdowns. Glad we're using all 3 running backs. Jennings was our leading receiver. Debo had a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk didn't do crap. As we had Jordan Willis had a sack, a pick for Quan Williams and Verrett. No field goals inside the 21s for Mitch. And we are off the losing streak. We get our first win of the season. We're sitting at 1-3. We have a division game against the Cardinals. I know Brandon Ayuk didn't hit. Yeah, he didn't hit it. It's okay, though, because we got the win at the end of the day. Let's go ahead and simulate this division game against the Arizona Cardinals on the road. And we lose by every game has been a touchdown, bro. Every game has been 7 damn points. 3-10, 14-21. That was a field goal. We even won by like 8 points. And then 7 points, bro. It's like a touchdown difference every fucking game. Every game. We ran good. We did not pass the ball good. 2 picks. And I think at this point of the season, Trey Sermon, Mitchell, both with touchdowns. Glad we're using all 3 running backs. Debo. Aaron Banks gave up 2. Armstead had 2 sacks. Trent Williams, Tart, both with picks. Andy Lee, former 49er. I feel like at this point, we're at the bye week, week 6. We're 1-4, last in the division. At this point, we're going to go ahead and make a change at the bye week. Change quarterbacks and see if that'll give us a spark. Get Trey Lance involved. We are at the bye week, so let's go ahead and upgrade the team. And look at some contracts that we might need to negotiate. Verrett will wait. Tart will wait. Mostert, he's walking. Tomlinson will wait. Probably might want to bring him back, though. Maurice Hurst will bring back, as they brought him back on a 1-year deal in real life, I think. So let's give him this 2-year deal, see if he takes that, and he does. And then we'll wait on all these other guys. Yeah, he wants a lot of money. Willis, Johnson, I know they brought back Johnson, but we'll give him a cheaper deal. Jennings, I might bring back. I think he left. I don't know. We'll see. But the only guy we brought back so far was Maurice Hurst, and then we're interested in Laken Tomlinson and Tart, but everybody else could probably walk. We have made a change at quarterback. It is Trey Lance. Jimmy Garoppolo can go ahead and film his porn now. It is the Trey Lance show here in San Francisco as we get Fred Warner back from injury just in time. TV game against the Indianapolis Colts. Trey Lance's first start for us. And it's a win, 27-24. Trey Lance wins in his debut. As we didn't pass the ball that great, we didn't run the ball that great. How the hell did we win that game? We didn't turn the ball over. They did. 1 touchdown, no pick, okay. 171 yards, not great, but 17-26, only 1 sack. Mostert 48 yards, 2 touchdowns for Trey Sermon. Touchdown for George Kittle, who's been kind of quiet this season so far. A sack for Nick Bosa and Armstead. A pick for Jason Verrett. 2 for 2 for Robbie Gould. And Trey Lance gets his first win. Mock Draft 2 is out. We might be like in the top 5. Actually, I keep forgetting because it's like 4 in the morning as I record this. We don't have a first-round pick for the next 2 seasons. Cornerbacks Williams back from injury. Let's go ahead and see if we can beat the Bears. They're 2-5. Wonder if they're starting Justin Fields. 13-10. We get the win as a practice squad player has been signed. Let's go ahead and see what happened. 13-10. We outpassed them. We did turn the ball over once. But between the battle of the rookie quarterbacks, we were just a little bit better. We did throw that pick, though. Mostert had 52 yards rushing. George Kittle and Debo Samuel went crazy. They signed Antonio Brown. He had a touchdown against us. Brandon Ayuk had 73 yards. Mike McGlinchey did give up a sack, but Armstead had a sack. Robbie Gould did miss a field goal, but he is still gold in my book as he played against his former Bears team. And we're 3-4, a 2-game winning streak. We're undefeated with Trey Lance at quarterback. And let's go ahead, and we are at the mid-season mark, so let's go ahead and upgrade the team one more time. Let's try to get Debo scheme fit. Probably should have looked at Trey Lance too. But let's go ahead and simulate against the Cardinals. This is a division game. Important. Everybody in the division has 4 losses right now. And we tie? Man, I don't think I tied a game yet in the simulation this whole time that I've had Madden 22. We fucking tie with the Cardinals. 28-28. Pretty even game. We turned the ball over once. They were better than us on third down. They shut us down when it came to third down. But, man, we tie with Colt McCoy. Both teams gave up 4 sacks. Both running backs had 2 touchdowns. Yeah, so it was just an even game. Maybe it was meant to end in the tie. Christian Kirk did go crazy on us. Raheem Mostert had a receiving touchdown. McGlinchey and Trent Williams giving up some sacks. Fred Warner, Kinlaw, Bosa, Ebicom all getting some sacks. Robbie Gould missed a field goal, but so did Matt Prater. So, yeah, it was just an even game. So even that it ended in a tie. So that sucks. But we're still in the running for the division as everybody is like 4 wins. I guess you can count our tie as like a 4th win. But Cardinals sitting on top right now because of that tie. Let's go ahead and see if we can beat the Rams at home. And we lose 28-20. Monday Night Football game. They outrushed us. We outpassed them. We just had the turnover that probably costed us the game. We were actually down 21-3 at the half. Tried to make a comeback, but it was too late. Good effort. 2 touchdowns for Sony Michel for them. George Kittle, 98 yards. Debo had a touchdown. Odell Beckham had 2 touchdowns against us. McGlinchey gave up 2 sacks. D Ford had a sack, so did Nick Bosa and Armstead. Robbie Gould was gold that game, but we took the L. And now we're probably last in the division so far. And we are 3-5, 3-5-1. Let's go ahead and see if we can beat the juggernaut Jaguars. Can't wait to do them. When I'm the Jaguars, we're probably going to never win a game. And we lose 24-21. Our running game is terrible. Our running game is terrible. Trey Lance was great, though. Elijah Mitchell took over. 3 touchdowns for George Kittle. Maybe we should make a change at running back. Fred Warner had a sack. Robbie Gould was not gold. He missed 2 field goals. And maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we need to make a change at running back as Debo Samuel comes back from injury. Let's go with Elijah Mitchell as the starter. As we play the Minnesota Vikings, we're 3-6-1. I'll look at it as 4-6, and we win 28-21. Seems like every game is within 7 points with us. No blowout victories and nothing. We can never pull away. But both teams had 103 rushing yards. Their passing yards were a little bit better, but they turned the ball over twice. And that's what probably cost it in the game. 2 touchdowns, no picks, no sacks. And look at that. 8 sacks on Kirk Cousins. Shout out to the D-line. Elijah Mitchell probably should have been starting since day one. Juwan Jennings, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns. Big game for him as he looks to get a new contract. We just straight up abused Christian Darrisaw. 3 sacks for D Ford. Nick Bosa, Kinlaw, Hurst, Jimmy Ward, Dre Greenlaw. A pick for Mosley and Ward. No field goals, no punts inside the 20. But we got the W. And we are trying to fight back to win the division. We're only a game behind. This division is like dead even right now, and it's actually like competitive but terrible at the same time. The top leader is under 500 as D Ford is coming off a great game, broke his damn toe. Maurice Hurst is out with a abdominal tear, but we have depth on the D-line. So I'm not worried about that as we have a TV game against the Seattle Seahawks. Let's see if we can beat them on the road. This would be very important, and we lose 35-21. Kyle Shanahan on the verge of getting fired. Lose a Sunday night game. They outrushed us. We turned the ball. It always comes down to that goddamn turnover. We turn the ball over every time. Mostert, Mitchell, Samuel with a touchdown. Tomlinson and Mack giving up some sacks. Greenlaw getting a sack. No picks. Robbie Gould missing the field goal. Wouldn't have mattered. Still would have lost the game. As we are 4-7. Seahawks are top right now. See if we can beat the Bengals, though. Bounce back from that loss. And we do. 38-21, probably our most impressive win of the season. Wasn't within 7 points. No, we won by 17. 154 rushing yards, our best rushing performance all year long. They had way more yards than us, but no turnovers from neither team. We were up 17-0 at the half, so that helped us out big time. 4 touchdowns, no picks. Best game of his career so far, 22 of 28 for Trey Lance. Elijah Mitchell has given us a spark at running back. 2 touchdowns for Brandon Ayuk, 1 for George Kittle, 1 for Deebo Samuel. A sack and a half for Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Jaquiski Tart, no picks. Field goal made from Robbie Gould. And we're still fighting. We're still fighting for the division title, still fighting for a playoff appearance, sitting at 5-7-1. And right now, that tie could be helping us. Could be helping us and the Cardinals. Let's see if we can beat the Falcons, who are 6-7, but we do have a new injury, and it is Jawan Jennings, but that's okay. We got Mohamed Sanu. We got, what's his name? We got Mohamed Sanu. We got the return dude. Can't think of his fucking name. Travis Benjamin. We got Travis Benjamin. We got Mohamed Sanu, so we should be good. Should be good at wide receiver 3. Let's go ahead and simulate against the Falcons, and we lose by a fucking field goal. Probably cost us the damn division title, unless everybody else in the division lost as well. And we had a great rushing attack. Couldn't stop their passing. Both teams had a turnover. We were down 21-7, tried to make a comeback, so I guess we fought back. So it is what it is. Juszczyk had a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk had a touchdown. Sack for Armstead and Bosa. A pick for Verrett. Robbie Gould, come on. Go back to your gold days, man, where you never missed. Make that field goal. We go to overtime. Who knows what would have happened. But we are 2 games behind the Rams. It's kind of fitting that the Rams are top of the division. But D Ford and Maurice Hurst back from injury. That's going to help out the D-lines. We have another TV game against the Tennessee Titans. And we lose in primetime 38-24. That probably does it. That's going to do it for our season. 24-38. 45 rushing yards, and they ran for 203. I mean, that happens when they have Derrick Henry. 4 turnovers. 4 turnovers. 3 picks for Trey Lance. So the other turnover must have been a fumble or a turnover on downs. Tannehill had 2 rushing touchdowns. Elijah Mitchell had 60 yards receiving. Brandon Ayuk had a touchdown. Jimmy Ward, Mosley with picks. And, of course, when I'm the 49ers, they don't make the damn playoffs. It's crazy, right? Last in the division while everybody else got 7 wins. We do have a weekly player award, and I think that is going to go to Jimmy Ward. He had a pick 6 and 4 tackles. And let's see if we can beat the 9-6 Texans. 41-28. Highest scoring game for us on the season. But a little too late. We shut the running game down, ran the ball. That's that old school football. 385 passing yards, over 619 yards total gained. No turnovers, 3 turnovers for them. Trey Lance was great. Deshaun Watson, we picked him off 3 times. Elijah Mitchell has given us a spark. Him and Trey Sermon. They will be our running back 1 and 2 next season. Brandon Ayuk and Deebo and Mohamed Sanu. Maybe I should have been playing Sanu from the beginning. Maybe I just made some mistakes when it came to the depth chart. 3 picks for Fred freaking Warner. Now let's go ahead and simulate the last game of the season. We're not going to make the playoffs. We're not going to win the division. But if we, you know what? I might have spoke too soon. If we win and go 7-9-1, Cardinals lose, go 7-9-1, and then the Rams and Seahawks lose and they go 7-10, we have a chance. As we have a weekly award, I think it's going to go to Fred Warner and Trey Lance. So we get both of them as a player of the week. But, man, we actually have a chance, I think, to make the playoffs. Let's go ahead and upgrade the team, but we do have to go to L.A. to the Rams. Probably going to lose to them. But let's see if... Okay, I was looking for Trey Lance. Let's go ahead and upgrade the team. And, yeah, I think we have a chance. Let's look at the NFC side, the standings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Falcons, the last team. You got the Cardinals right there with that tie. If they lose and we win, Seahawks lose, we beat the Rams. Yeah, I think we could sneak in. We just got to take care of business and win. I don't know who the Rams and the Seahawks are playing. The Rams are playing us, actually. The Seahawks, oh, God damn it. The Seahawks are playing the Cardinals. So we're not going to be able to win the division because one of those teams are going to have to win. And let's go ahead and just simulate this game. Try to finish the season with a win. And we lose. And Kyle Shanahan was fired. I was not looking for him to get fired. Year one, that sucks. That actually sucks. Damn, Shanahan. So let's go ahead and take over as the 49ers head coach. Was not expecting that.
Choose the team you want to start your
So
franchise.
we're going to be the new coach of the 49ers, and we're going to rock with Trey Lance. See if we can develop him.
Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Use the options on the left to edit league settings or change your role to a player or owner.
Just a disappointing year one. Supposed to make the playoffs. Probably should have played it safe and picked 7 wins, but this team, this roster is good enough to make the playoffs. They do it all the time when the CPU is controlling them, and of course, when I'm fucking controlling them, they can't run the ball. They can't do nothing. And that's just how it works in Madden. That's just how it works in Madden. Why the hell is this dude white? Let's go ahead and do that. Keep Shanahan's playbook. Next, we're going to take a look at the stats. So the team rankings, we were 26 when it came to points per game. Passing yards, we were 20. Rushing yards, we were 21. Defensive points per game, 11. Defense passing yards, 16. Defense rush, 15. Looking at the top performers, you had Patrick Mahomes, Jameis, Tom Brady, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Zeke Elliott, Calvin Ridley, Michael Thomas, Danny Amendola, Von Miller, Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack. You notice that you don't see no damn Fred Warner or Nick Bosa up there? Actually, Fred Warner actually down there, number 3 for the tackle leaders. And then Keanu Neal, Amani Oruwariye, Shaq Thompson, Matt Milano, Alexander Johnson, and Fred Warner. So we do see Fred Warner there. But you notice no Nick Bosa. Looking at Trey Lance this season. So 3,200 yards passing, 21 touchdowns, 8 picks. Not bad. Not bad for coming in. 30 sacks given up from the O-line. Rushing, we had 5 for Mitchell, 6 for Mostert, 8 touchdowns for Trey Sermon. But we're going to rock with Trey Sermon and Mitchell next season. Juszczyk actually had 88 yards and a touchdown. We had a fumble from all 3 running backs. Longest rush of the season was 10 yards. 10 yards, a first down carry. Debo went over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. George Kittle went over 1,000 yards and led the team in receptions with 86. 5 touchdowns for Brandon Ayuk. 3 for Juwan Jennings. Mama Sanu had a touchdown, so did Mostert and Mitchell and Warner. Our longest receiving play was 51 yards from Debo. Offensive line, Mike McGlinchey, 10, so, I'll take that. 6 for Aaron Banks, he was a rookie. Tom Linson and Trent Williams was great. Max was okay. Fred Warner had a great season. So did Dre Greenlaw. Emmanuel Mosley had a good year. Kwan Williams kind of had a good year. Jimmy Ward kind of had a good year. Verrett kind of had a good year. Tart, not so much. Bosa was, okay. Armstead was great when it came to stuff in the run. D Ford was great before he went down with injury. Just down year, man. Just down year. Can't even say that. Probably just the computer fucking us over because we're controlling them. We had 4 forced fumbles as Fred Warner, Verrett, Kwan Williams, Dre Greenlaw. We had no blocks. We had no safeties, but we had 3 defensive touchdowns, 1 for Jason Verrett, who just balled out. Kwan Williams, same thing, and Jimmy Ward. Kicking, Robbie Gould did not miss any extra pointers. And he missed 6 field goals on the year. Longest made was a 56-yarder. Mitch Wisnowski inside of 2011 times long was a 73, averaged 52.6. Okay year for him. And no special teams touchdown. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. Coach of the year goes to Matt Rule, not Kyle Shanahan. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Cam freaking Newton, back with the Panthers. Defensive Player of the Year, Von Miller. Fred Warner at number 4. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Justin Fields. Trey Lance at number 2. We would have won it if we would have started him. Elijah Mitchell at 6. Trey Sermon at 9. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Micah Parsons. Best QB goes to Cam Newton. Back to his MVP form. Best running back goes to Christian McCaffrey. Best receiver goes to Calvin Ridley. No Deebo Samuel. Offensive line goes to Zach Martin. Trent Williams at number 7. D-line goes to Aaron Donald. Nick Bosa at 8. Linebacker goes to Von Miller. Fred Warner at 5. Best DB goes to Amani Arourier. Look at the Lions. Look at the Lions secondary. And then best kicker goes to Graham Gano. We had Robbie Gould at number 8. So, down season, last in the division, 6-10-1. No more Kyle Shanahan. We're taking over now. We're making the decisions. And we're going to hopefully make the right decisions with this team going forward. Damn it, I should have upgraded Trey Lance myself. That's okay. Let's go ahead and get on to the Pro Bowl, see if we have anybody representing San Francisco, and then get on to the Super Bowl, get on to the offseason, get on to the free agent period, the draft, the retirements, as we get a rematch with the Bucs and the Chiefs. And let's see if we had any Pro Bowlers. Kyle Juszczyk makes 1, best fullback in the league, makes sense. Deebo Samuel, you can say, was snubbed. How the hell Quez Watkins made it? George Kittle, that makes 2 for us. No Trent Williams. Fred Warner makes 3. He's automatic. And that's it, 3. So Kittle, Juszczyk, and Fred Warner. You can argue that Deebo should have made it. And then looking at the depth trait upgrades, Trey Lance was revealed as superstar. Don't see any other differences on the offense. And then looking at the defense, did Kinlaw go up to superstar? He did. He went up to superstar dev. Don't think he's going to keep it because, Madden does not let me keep a lot of superstars and superstar X Factors at the same damn time. I think Jason Verrett went up to superstar dev. Why do we have so many dev traits after that horrible year? Because Eric Armstead went up superstar dev. We have 3 new superstar devs on the defense. I don't expect all of them to keep it. Maybe they'll let Armstead keep it with them 24 TFLs. I don't see them allowing Verrett with his age keeping it. Maybe Kinlaw. But 3 new superstars on the defense, 2 on the D-line, 1 in the secondary. So, that's great. but not a great season. Let's see who wins out of Mahomes and Brady. As Mahomes gets his revenge against the Bucks in the Super Bowl, he is the Super Bowl MVP and the NFL MVP. Matt Rule, Coach of the Year. Patrick Mahomes, Offensive Player of the Year. Von Miller, Trevor Lawrence, and J.O.K. Going into the re-sign period. See if we have any retirements. Not going to look at the mock draft because we don't have a first-round pick. Looking at the retirements, Blaine Gabbert, former 49er. Andy Lee, former 49er. But I don't see any current 49ers retiring, so that's great. Looking at the player negotiation now, Jaquiski Tart, we're going to see what he did. One pick. So he is a free agent in real life. They could possibly bring him back. They haven't brought him back yet. We're going to let him test free agency. Jason Verrett, though, what he did was good. Like I said, he wasn't going to keep his superstar dev. But he is. And we only got $26 million in the cap. So not a lot of money. Had a great season. But I don't know if we bring him back. Don't know if we bring him back. Even Azeez Al-Shahir, that's a lot of money for him. Johnson, I know they brought back in real life. We'll do that later on. Jennings can go. Man. Colton can come back on a 2-year deal as they brought him back in real life. Trying to make some of the same moves. Brought back Daniel Bronskill. Jawan Jennings. Yeah, so we're going to have to bring Jeff Wilson's back on a 1-year deal. He wants 2 years. We're going to have to bring most of these guys back in the free agency period. So, I mean, Verrett and Tart, we might let go because we had a down year. I would actually think about bringing back Verrett just because he had a great season. And I'm trying to balance it between what happened in real life with these moves, but also, like, if you're being productive while we have you on our roster, like, why would I let that go? So we're just going to try to balance it out and bring some of these depth guys back, like Azeez Al-Shahir, Jennings, Bronskill. I think they brought back Ross Delly. So we'll try to bring some of those guys back. And then looking at the roster, see if we have anybody that we can cut, trade maybe. We got Trey Lance. You definitely want to trade Jimmy G. That'll open up some money. Actually, we're going to do that now. We're going to do that right now. Let's trade Jimmy G. Save about $23 million in cap space. Don't know if anybody can take on his contract. Might have to cut him. But a team that needs a QB. Looking at see, the Colts have Wentz right now. Could trade him to the Dolphins. The Eagles. football team, the Giants. You know what? Let's do the Giants. Jimmy G to the Giants. But they don't have cap space. I would do it for like a fourth. Yeah, see, it would put them over the cap. So I don't think Jaguars have cap. Don't want to take on Jared Goff's contract. Yeah, it has to be a team that has cap space. Unfortunately, not going to trade him to the Saints. They don't have any cap space. Not making no deals with the Steelers. And where could we ship Jimmy Pornstar G off to? Has to be a team with a lot of cap space that needs a QB. It's gonna have to be the Colts. It's gonna have to be the Colts. Looking at, I would take me a fourth and a fifth next year for Jimmy G. And they do it. A fourth and a fifth, a fourth this year and a fifth next year for Jimmy Garoppolo. We open up a lot more money. We commit to Trey Lance as our QB1. We have Sermon, Mitchell, Hasty. Got to bring Jennings back. We let go of Tomlinson, Laken Tomlinson. Gonna keep D4 because he was actually pretty decent. Him and Ebicom. We got Greenlaw and Hurst as our D tackles. We need left outside linebacker. Desperately need corner. I know they brought in Traveris Ward in real life. We lost Jaquiski Tart. And let's go ahead and look at the free agencies really quick. As we should have a lot more money now with that Jimmy Garoppolo contract off. Not a whole lot. But looking at the running backs, so we need to bring in Jeff Wilson back on a one-year deal. It's a real-life move. Jennings. Get him on a one-year deal. Up this up just a little bit more. Just so that he'll be willing to come back to us. Ross Dwelly. I think they brought him back. Give him a one-year deal. Thompson's going to walk. We're not going to compete with the Raiders with that contract. We're just going to have to try to draft offensive lineman. I'm trying to think of people that they brought in real life. Need to get Bronsko back. I will actually give him a 2-year deal. He'll be our backup guard. Mentor Aaron Banks. I need to see if Oren Burks or Traveris Ward is in free agency. Kerry Hyder, Dakar Nardi. They signed a lot of people. First off, we'll go down the list. We'll look for Traveris Ward. He actually is here. They gave him a 3-year deal. I'll actually just offer him that 3-year deal. DeQuez Denard should be down here somewhere, unless he's still on the roster. There he is, DeQuez Denard. To a 1-year deal. Give us some depth at cornerback. Dante Johnson, who we had on the roster. Need to bring him back. Should be down here somewhere. Dante Johnson, D Johnson. There he is, Dante Johnson back on a 1-year deal. So, boom. Locking up that secondary. We need to bring back Kerry Hyder. Jordan Willis, Raven McLeod. Man, that's a lot of people. Oren Burks. Let's look at Oren Burks. Demetrius Flanagan. So we need to go ahead and look at the linebackers really quick. Don't see Oren Burks, so he might be out of luck. Actually, there he is. There's Oren Burks. So Oren Burks got a 2-year deal. Yep, we'll offer him that. We got Tavares Ford already. Need to bring back Aziz Al-Shahir and Flanagan Flowers. So Aziz is getting, oh man, he might be gone. He might be gone. We will have to commit to him if I gave him that deal. Yeah, I don't think it's worth giving him that. Let's bring back. Where is he? Flanagan Fowles, 1-year deal. Let's get him back. And next, I need to get Ray McLeod at receiver. Lot of signings. Ray McLeod. Let's bring him in on was it a 1-year deal they gave him? I think it was 2-year for Ray McLeod. Next, safety George Odom. Don't know if I think he's listed as a free safety. He is George Odom to a 3-year deal. Gave us a 3-year deal. Bring in George Odom. Next, we need to get Hassan Ridgeway and Kerry Hyder. Damn, they signed Kamiko Turi. They brought in a lot of people, man. I'm not even gonna deal with Malik Turner, Marcus Johnson. So we're just gonna go ahead and look at Kamiko Turi. Yeah, we're just gonna look at Kamiko Turi and Hassan Ridgeway. So I know Kamiko Turi is a right end or left end. He's always here. Kerry Hyder, they want to bring him back after spending a year in Seattle. Who was I looking for? Hassan Ridgeway. Who I think is a defensive tackle. Who was the other defensive end I was looking at? Kamiko Turi. And Kamiko Turi came here on was it a 1-year deal? I think it was a 1 year deal. I think it was a 1 year deal. Yeah, he's getting a 1 year deal. Getting a 1 year deal out of me. So we get Kimiko Turi. And then last but not least, Hassan Ridgeway. Should be a D tackle. I think he's like in the 69 overalls. Yeah, there he is. 1 year deal. And then the last person, like the Malik Turners at receiver, Al Shahir, I'm not willing to commit to him for 4 damn years. So the Ravens and the Raiders can have him. Then when it comes to like receiver, Malik Turner. We'll do 1 year deal. And that should be everybody. I looked at the list of transactions that they made. Marcus Johnson, I guess, is another receiver that we can bring in. Is it Marcus Johnson? Yeah, Marcus Johnson is another receiver they can bring in on a 1 year deal. So we're making all the contract offers to everybody that they have signed. Don't know about Jaquiski Tart. We're just going to let him walk for right now. But we should get everybody. The only person that we left out was Azeez Al-Shahir because we don't want to commit to his ass long term. So that should be everybody. Jake Brendel, they actually brought back a center. He sucks, man. And he's actually getting a contract offer from the Bears. We'll bring him back. We'll pay him that. Boom. So that should be everybody. So a lot of contracts going around. So as you see, we're making the moves that they made in real life. Bringing in all these depth pieces. Only person we're leaving out is left outside linebacker, but I like it. We're just making the same moves they made in real life. Let's see if it works out for us. But Jason Verrett, Jaquiski Tart might be out. Jason Verrett had a great season, but we did not have a great season as a team. So that's one of the reasons why we're not bringing that. Plus, we need to get younger in the secondary and better in the secondary. Looking at all these contract offers, it looks like we got everybody. We got Dante Johnson back. Flanagan Fowles back. We brought Kerry Hyder, Denard, Ridgeway, Burks, Bronsko, Ward, Trey, McLeod, Odom. We got damn near everybody. Don't know if anybody was left out. I think Ross Dwelly maybe. Wilson, Jennings, Johnson, Turner, Ross Dwelly. Oh, come on. I'm finna fight for 57 overall. Jake Brendel. Gonna overpay for him. Bring him back as our backup center. I think we are. But looking at the mock draft, actually not going to look at it because we don't have a first round pick. But we are going to look at the rookies. Now we know we need left outside linebacker. We need cornerback. We need safety. Looking at wide receiver 3, we could use. Second round, Austin Brown, D catching traffic. He sucks. He's slow. Looking at Kareem Claiborne, A catching, C release, 6'2", 232. But F's all over the place. He can just catch. So probably has a low overall. He doesn't look that bad. I'm going to put him on the list. Let's look at Kevin Whitlock. 4.33 B, great return man. We actually might take him. He looks like a 49er. And then looking at left guard, we have a hole there. Actually going to look at center that we can kick over to left guard. A, impact blocking. B, awareness. Always can draft centers. Put him on the list. We'll look at the other center. A, awareness. He might be a little bit better. Look at that. Got a left guard. Either way. Top 5 guard won't be able to get him. Looking at left outside linebacker. Definite need. Glenn Parker, B pursuit. A play reg. B man coverage. Looks perfect. Looks like a scheme fit. I think Glenn Parker might be, if he falls to us, could be a first round pick for us. And you got this guy, Ramon Townsend, A tackling, B catching, B awareness. He might be even better. So we should be able to get him with our pick. Right outside linebacker, we'll just see if there's any in the second that could possibly fall to us. Like there's 2 right here. B block shedding, B power move, C play reg. He looks okay. Doesn't look like a scheme fit though. And then looking at this guy, B zone and B pursuit, A awareness. He looks good. So we should be able to get an outside linebacker. Let's look at cornerbacks and safeties. Brandon Davis, C press, C man. He's fast. No stamina. D zone. We could coach him up with the zone. So he should be okay. Then we'll look at Jeremiah Gary. A kick return. Put him on the list because of that. Could use a return man. D man, Dylan Beckham. No, sir. Looking at safeties, we could use a free safety. Let's look at Jason Silvers. A hit power, B tackling. B play reg, B pursuit, A injury. He looks like a beast. Let's put him on the list. And then strong safety. There's a couple of second to third round guys down here. C zone, C tackling, B pursuit. I kind of don't like him though. Let's look at Tolliver. C's all over the place, all across the board. B pursuit. He just looks okay. Might put him on the list. And let's look at this last guy, Matt Davis. D tackling. Kind of don't like him. And then we'll look at, actually, there was one more guy down here. C zone. C hit power, C pursuit, D play right. He doesn't look that good. We'll look at kickers too, just because Robbie Gould isn't getting any younger. I actually don't like that kicker. And then we'll look at this last kicker, see if he's any good. D injury is all we know. Poor kick power. Not going to do. I like that A pursuit, though. Let's just go ahead to the draft. See if we get all these other guys. We made all the realistic signings besides one. The left outside linebacker, had to let him go. Wasn't finna pay him all that. As Brendel fucking rejects us to go to the Bears. So there's 2 people we won't get, but we get Juwan Jennings back. We get Ross Dwelly back. We have a 5th-year option. I believe that is Nick Bosa. We're going to pick that up as they did in real life. Yep, it is Nick Bosa. Let's go ahead and pick it up. I almost messed up. My hand was on the D-pad. I almost went over and said no. Let's go ahead and delegate that. Brendel, kiss my ass. You're not going to start over there with the Bears if that's where you signed to. Let's expect to get kicked out of the franchise mode, as it always does right before the draft. And it doesn't do it this time. It's not going to do it. Okay, it's not going to do it as we get Marcus Johnson. Looking at the free agent recap, as we had Jeff Wilson and Turner, we had contracts and they just didn't want to take the low ball offers that we gave them. Looking at the league signings, look at the Steelers, man. Devontae Adams and Odell Beckham finna play on the same damn team. Looking at our division, the Seahawks, you got the Rams, you got the Cardinals. I see the Seahawks signing Randy Gregory. And I don't really see nobody else besides the Seahawks to get Deontay Harris, and they also get Alec Ingold at fullback. So Seahawks making big moves in free agency. Let's go ahead and see if we can make some big moves in the draft. Looking at the roster after all those free agent signings, we will need still wide receiver 3. Need a left guard. You play Brunskill over there on left. Left outside linebacker. Is Ebicom a speed rusher? Yeah, he's a speed rusher. Thought about moving him or maybe D Ford over there, the left outside linebacker. Yeah, but they're edge rushers, rotational guys right now. Need left outside linebacker, definitely. Travaris Ward brought him here with Mosley, Denard, Ambry Thomas. Still could use corner. Got George Odom. Them bringing in George Odom might be it for Jaquiski Tart. Now, when I think about it, so we still could use free safety also. But, yeah, let's go ahead to the draft, see if we can get a guard, see if we can get a safety. Probably going to go left outside linebacker, then the guard or the safety. So let's go ahead to our pick as we pick in the second. We should be picking early in the second as we are picking at pick 8. Let's see what falls to us. There is a receiver here, a free safety, first to second rounder, but he does not look good. He does not look good at all. Silvers looks better than him. Let's see, we got left outside linebacker guys. You got the lineman, and that's you know what? We might just go with Parker. B man, A play rate, B pursuit. But when you look at these other guys under him, like Townsend is good. A tackling might be even better. A tackling, B awareness, B catching. Almost the same. Identical almost. But then you got these guys too. Okay, that one I could probably leave out. And Denard, that B zone, A awareness, he looks good too. So it's either I might just have to take Glenn Parker. You got Silvers here. D-man. You know what? Let's just take the first to second round guy. Glenn Parker. Let's take him.
The Bears are up.
Hidden Dev.
Let's see what direction they go.
Let's go. And then with the next pick, we can go free safety, corner, or offensive line.
All right, it's now the 49ers.
Somebody should fall to us as I see a center go. I swear if that's that center that we had on our list, fuck you, Madden. There is a receiver there. And both of the centers go. So we're kind of going to be weak when it comes to the offensive line. The left outside linebackers went. The right outside linebacker would have been there, but I think this was the guy that we didn't want. Yeah, so I'm glad we took the left outside linebacker when we did. There is a cornerback there. The free safety is gone. The strong safety is gone. So it looks like everybody got drafted. Everybody got drafted. So looking at what's left for us to take, it have to be that cornerback. He's the only guy on our list. He's the only guy that makes sense. So Jeremiah Gary. I'm wondering, could we move this guy back to safety? Is he athletic? Oh, come on, man. Don't do this to me. Don't glitch out now. So, yeah, he's too big. So let's go ahead and just take that cornerback. Jeremiah Gary. A kick return was the only thing I liked about him, but
the Bears are now on the clock.
Let's go ahead and take him. He was the only guy on our list. And the rest of the class looks kind of weak. I mean, we don't have anybody scouted that we want on our list. Everybody got taken. The lineman. There is a receiver, though, that is falling to us, Kareem Claiborne. Let's go ahead and put him on the list. He is a bit of a gamble. F awareness, F injury, F juke move. But he got the B stiff arm, the A catch, and let's go ahead and take him.
Who do they have their eye on?
See if we can develop him. Maybe he sucks. Maybe he's like a
And now on the
0
clock,
overall.
it's the
As we have another
49ers.
fourth round pick. We can look at O-line still. Look at guard maybe. A, impact, B, awareness. He's actually not that bad. It's just the D run block. So we could probably coach him up. Let's take him. Brandon
The
Clinton, see if he's a
Browns are
hidden
now on the
gem,
clock.
a diamond in the rough type of player. Let's draft him.
The 49ers now
We
on the
need to
clock.
take safety still. So we'll take one of these safeties. B man, can't tackle. Okay, this guy might be good. A stamina, C hit power, B finesse, B catching, D block shedding, B man. Hell yeah, let's take him. Caleb Charleston.
Bears are now on the clock.
But this is a deep draft class. And we have no picks remaining. So that was our last pick, that free safety. I think we did well. We drafted to our needs. But let's look at these overalls. Why is Marcus Johnson getting a skill point? I don't know. Let's look at the draft recap and see how we did. Interested to see. And we actually did not do bad. Them players, their combines looked, not the combines, but like their stats, the way it looked with the letters, looked like these players were going to be like low overall players. But with the picks we had, not having a first round pick, not having a 6th or a 7th, only 5 picks in the draft, I think we hit it out the ballpark, man. 2 70s and then 3 high 60s. And they all possibly could start. I think we did a damn good. I think we did pretty damn good. We got Glenn Parker, who I thought he would be a scheme fit. He's more of a run stopper, but he's an instant starter at left outside linebacker, cornerback, instant starter at cornerback in the slot. Receiver, he could compete for wide receiver 3, big body receiver, kind of slow though. Guard, Brandon Clinton in the 4th round, already almost 70 overall, scheme fit. He could start at left guard. Free safety, Caleb Charleston. He can compete with Odom for the free safety spot. He's also a hybrid type of player. Just needs to work on his tackling. So we got 5 possible rookies that could all start next season for year 2. But 6-10-1, yes, we tied with the Cardinals. We actually did not get kicked out. Never mind. I jinxed the hell out of it. I thought we were finally not going to get kicked out. But Kyle Shanahan fired 6-10-1. Trey Lance is our starter. Traded Jimmy G away. But that'll wrap it up for year 1 and part 1 until the next episode.